Good morning, guys. Okay, so this recording will be about how I heat my greenhouse. The way I do them, I don't use any gas or anything. It's all electric, and the way I set them and prep them is really, let's say, simple and convenient. So you don't have to worry about a lot for heating the greenhouse. So let's go to see how hot it is in here and how cold it is outside. I just checked the temp outside right now. It's a gloomy day, 36 degrees Fahrenheit. So 36 degrees F. So inside right now though, greenhouse is about 61 right now, 61. So I have two things that heat up this greenhouse. A few more things actually. The first thing right now though is this back wall here, or two panels. There's a panel in the back, and then outside the greenhouse, and there's also a panel right here. So it's two layers, and that's the main reason you want to do a two-layer or two panels in on your north side, the back wall, because that's where you lose the most heat. So if you can keep the most heat in the north wall, then you'll be okay. So I have two panels, one panel outside and one panel inside. So there's about the 4-inch air gaps, and air gaps are the best thing, the best insulator for a greenhouse. So you want that air gaps. So there you go. And then I used a foam spray for all of any holes or any leaks, anything like that. So you see around though, it look ugly though, but a lot of foam spray all over the greenhouse, and even and then on this panels here too. If you look on the side here, so I foam spray them all. So foam sprays are everywhere, and that will help seal up the greenhouse a lot more. The next thing on my greenhouse will be, I have rocks here. At first I was thinking about doing cement, just do a cement, and then just pour cement all over the greenhouse, and that will help a lot too. But then I'm like, hey, this rocks here, so it was on sale at Walmart for $1 a bag, and this was on sale for $1 a piece. So I went ahead and do that route, and it's easier. so you see all the rocks around the greenhouse, and then the tile, and that will help store up some heat. I say some heat, but I don't think it affect that much though. Just a bit. Store up some heat, and then when it got cold, it release that heat. And then see all the water. Water are the best ones. You can store heat and release heat too. So during the day when it's like it's cold outside, but if there's any sun that come out, this greenhouse will heat up really hot, and the water will store all that heat. And then when it get cold, the water will release those heat. So water is also one of the best things too. So those alone, the cement blocks, the cement tile, the rocks, the back wall on the north face, 2-layer, and then the water help a lot for this greenhouse to keep the heat in. And so the next step though, so when that is not enough, okay, when all the steps that I do is not sufficient enough, and then I have this here. Okay, so this is just a oil filled, and I find that oil filled heaters are really safe. You can't really have a fire or anything like that with an oil filled heater. And then I connect it to a timer. So with this timer, it turned on around 8 p.m. and I have both the fan, the box fan, and the heater turn on at the same time, because they both connect to that timer. So it turned on around 8 p.m. and then it turned off about 6 a.m. So for 12 hours. And this one, I set the mode to not low but not high, just in the middle. So I believe it's consumed about 900 watts. Um, so then I'll tell you why I don't set up to the high setting. The high setting though, the max will take up 1,500 watts, and then that consumes a lot of power. So what I do, I set it to the middle. So 8 p.m. will turn on, the fan turn on, this oil heater will turn on, and then it turn on regardless if it's hot or cold. It doesn't matter. At 8 p.m. it turn on, and then at 8 a.m. it turn off. Okay, so this is one of the main one. Okay, and then I also have a backup one. This one here, the backup heater is a greenhouse heater. This greenhouse heater, what it's going to do is this greenhouse here is I turn it on to the maximum setting, which is 1,500 watts, and then it comes with a sensors. So I set it where if it's fall below 46 degrees, and then it will turn on. And then this greenhouse heater also have a fan too, so I have to hook up a fan to it or nothing like that. But when it go lower, when the temperature in the greenhouse fall down to be below 46, then it will turn on, and then it'll heat up this greenhouse. So this greenhouse will never get below the 40. There were a few nights where it would drop down to 20 degrees, and this greenhouse keep it above what was it? Let me check here. It was one time it was like 41 was the lowest, but yeah, it did really well with that heater turn on, and then this heater turn on too. I have to split the power into two lines, because you can't have this heater and that heater connect to one power line. So I have to split them to two lines, go into two different powered socket to the house. So back then when I didn't know, I connect them both into one line, go into one line to the power socket, and it always tripped the line, because when it turned on, it just take too much power all at once, and it tripped the line and it surged the line. So this year though, I become more efficient. I split up the line, so each of this heater will have its own line go into each own power wall socket, and that is just fine. And then this here, I don't even turn on to the maximum, so so I'm not worried about tripping up the power. And I think even if I turn this on maximum, and they both run, it'll be fine too, because I have two separate lines to two different separate power socket. I do have a power surge protector. Excuse me. So that will help you if it know that it can't handle all the load, then it will turn off. So don't have to worry about that. So that is how I heat up my greenhouse. I saw a lot of video of people doing gas. They connect the gas line to their greenhouse. I thought about it. That would be nice actually, but then it's just too much work. You have to hire someone else to come out, connect the gas line, and then you use a gas heater, and every year you have to clean them up. This one here, I don't have to do anything like that. When it get cold, I take this out. I mean, when in the spring, I'll take it out, put it into a box, and then store it in my my house. And then that one, same thing. I use this box fan though, for the summer to blow air into the greenhouse. So that this box fan always stay in the greenhouse, regardless if it's hot or cold. But the oil-filled heater, I store it into. I put it away. And I've been using this heater for like almost 3 years now. They look old and so on, but it's worked just fine. So that is how I heat up this greenhouse. I don't use propane gas or anything like that. I use all the electric. And even with all the electrics, we don't use that much power because this 1500 watts only turn on whenever it's you get really cold. So this is like a backup. Well, the main one though is that one right there, and that one only turn on at night. So, and then during the day, even if it's really cold outside and you have some sun come out, man, this greenhouse will get really hot, and then all that heat will store into the water, and all that heat will store into the cement blocks or tiles, and then at night we release it, and yeah, so that's how I do my greenhouse for my heaters. So if you guys have any questions, let me know, and then I will be glad to reply back to all your questions. But that's how I do it. All right. So thank you guys. You guys have a good day. Bye.